If you're a teen and you've got some money saved up, this video could change your life. I'm not gonna give you vague advice like buy low and sell high, or tell you to dump your whole bank account into some random stocks that are progressing in 2025. I'm gonna give you advice that actually has worked for me and I know is safe because other teens have put their money in this and have seen it grow without any harsh consequences or risks. If I was 15, 16, or 18 all over again, here's what I would do with my money and how I'd invest it, whether you've got a few $100 or $1,000. Most people think you need to wait till you're older and you have all this money from your job to invest, but the truth is being this young is a superpower. If you're young and you've got just a little bit of money, your number one goal right now should be to invest it and hope to see it grow for your future. Every dollar that you put in now will hopefully give you freedom later on in life. Now, the first step that I have if you're looking to get into investing, and obviously I'm just an 18-year-old YouTuber, so what do I really know? My advice would be go to the bank. If you're looking to get into some random stocks and kind of waste your money and take risks and all that, that's okay, but I would recommend clicking off this video just because I'm gonna share the more traditional way and safe route to be making more money. And the number one way for me that I found that out was just by going to the bank and setting up a meeting with a financial advisor. If you have a relationship with any bank, you most likely will have the opportunity to get free meetings with a financial advisor to help plan for your future. And what I did, I went in with my mom just because I'm not some huge financial advisor either. I wanted to make sure that I was being safe and smart with my decisions. And I went and talked to him and said, hey, I have this amount of money. Here are my goals for the next 4 years. I set a 4-year benchmark onto where I wanted to go. And I felt that having a talk with him has helped me progress and be smarter about my decisions financially. Also, it's a lot safer because they manage your money. You pay a very small fee. I think for me, it's about like $10 to $15 a month to have them track where my money is going and to make sure I'm not losing any and gaining thousands of dollars over the next 4 years. What I would tell them is, hey, I'm obviously young and I want to start building wealth. How do I do it? Do I start with a Roth IRA? Do I start with the S&P 500? Make sure you communicate your goals and where you want to go because they definitely are there to help you, and really they get paid based on how much they help you. It's in their interest to make you money. You don't have to know everything, but having that first meeting with somebody that you trust and know will make you 10 times smarter and have better decision-making skills when it comes to investing. Also, if you don't have the opportunity or just don't feel like going or have some other reason for not visiting a bank, I highly recommend watching YouTube videos that talk about how to invest, and make sure you keep an open eye lens when listening and watching these videos, because a lot of them will give you some crazy advice that only worked for them or only works if you have millions of dollars, or they just work for very specific circumstances. Make sure it'll work for teens, work for you, and that's why I highly recommend going to the bank, because they're not gonna give you some advice that only works in 2025. The bank is there to make you money, and their plan is tailored to you, making sure that you can get the most out of it for the next however many years that you have planned with them. Now, let's say after you've gone to the bank and you have some money, what do you do now? One of the skills I believe is super important in investing in is yourself. For my business and YouTube channel and all of this, I want to be able to make these videos if I had been scared to lose about 20 or 40% of my income. And I say income like it's some large amount, but really it's not. I was probably making like $1,000 every couple months when I was like 14, but I decided, hey, I had an interest and I had a passion for making these videos, and I want to live a better life. I want to live one that fulfills me. And to me, doing YouTube, sharing advice like this, and getting into sports videography has been fulfilling over my high school career, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't invest in equipment like this and get the help from others. So for me, I'm a videographer, so buying courses, buying presets, buying LUTs, buying camera equipment, buying lighting is so important for my business, and has helped me turn my old crappy videos into ones that look like this. Hopefully it looks a little bit better. So I just think that investing yourself is so important and pays dividends in the long run. I've always heard that the return on investment in you is the highest. The second tip that I have for you, and maybe is like 30% or whatever, or 50%, is put money into long-term assets. So for me, I visited the Bank of America and I put all my money that I have, about maybe 90% of my money, with them. So what I've been doing is we're creating a CD, and then we're also, I'm not gonna give you the exact stocks and bonds that we're investing in, but about 50% is with the S&P 500, which is taking off every single year and has been super consistent, so I know that my money will grow without a problem. And again, I don't want this video to be me telling you which stocks or bonds to invest in. I think the S&P 500 is great and works for me as a more conservative plan for the future for my money, but it could be completely different for you depending on how much you like to take risks. And that's why I highly recommend meeting with somebody at the bank to help walk you through that. But the biggest thing and the biggest takeaway that I have had when talking with him and watching YouTube videos and all that is that having your money sit in your checking account and your bank account, and what I've been doing for the past like 3 to 5 years, I've just been letting thousands of dollars sit in my checking account because I like the way it looks. That is possibly like such a bad way to go about your money. You really want to be investing it and just doing something with it, because your money loses value every single year. So the best way to keep up with that and earn more over time is investing. And maybe your financial advisor at the bank might tell you to open a savings account, something that you can have as a safety net, whether you're going to college or finishing high school and looking for a job. You want an emergency fund that could help you recover from any accidents that may happen that goes on in your life. It sounds scary, but honestly, it's super important just to have something just in case anything happens, so that way you're not scrambling when the time comes. And saving and investing is something that you don't need to have thousands of dollars in. You could also be on a program where you put in a couple hundred, or just not even a couple hundred, just a little bit every single month that can grow exponentially over time, which is called compound interest. Now here's what I learned that works 99% of the time when you're first getting started. Number one is that time compounds. Start when you're 15, 16, 17, or 18, not when you're 25. I mean, that 10-year difference, imagine how much could be in your savings or how much you could be investing and growing within those 10 years if you just started today. Number two is staying boring. Chasing hype is what makes people most of the time broke, except for that 1%. So for me, I remember back like 2-3 years ago, I was really into the whole crypto space, and I still think it's super great and has a long way to go. I just believe those like NFTs and all that, I got into them. I don't think I bought any, but I think if I did, I definitely would have lost money. And that's something that was super hype about 1 or 2 years ago. Now, I don't think many people look that way to make long-term investments or make any money at all. It just seems like one big scam to me, sort of. And I'm sure it's worked for some people and they've made millions of dollars off of it. But the rest of us, we really haven't. So I would look to stay boring, look to find assets that are true, and stay growing in money for the long run, not just ones that make you money over a month. Number three is learn to automate certain tasks and your money, so that way you don't have to keep looking at it and you won't be worried about it. For example, if you put in like $100 every month into your savings or your investment account, you'd be making money in the long run. But let's say something happens and you're like, oh, I really want to get this MacBook, but I feel like if I put $100 into my investment accounts, then I will have more of a struggle paying it off. Well, that's where automation comes in. It doesn't even let you think about that. It just puts the money in, so you'll be safer in the long run. And if you have to automate it yourself, that really makes it tough on your brain deciding, should I pay my MacBook? Should I pay for my investments? What should I do? So when it's automated, it kind of eliminates that second thought, and it'll prove to be generational in the long run. The fourth step that I have, and one that have really helped me is just keep learning about it. Keep watching videos like these. Keep reading books about people who actually have had experience in the field and aren't just telling you based on that one stock they invested in and made trillions. So just remember, if you're young, you are in the best position to start. You don't need thousands, you just need intention. So go to the bank, start learning, start investing, and just try to see what you should do with your money. Every dollar that you put in to work for you will eventually pay your later self off. It'll grant your later self more freedom and a lot more opportunity to explore the world and live with financial freedom. Thanks for watching, and if you're serious about making money like me in my teens, I make videos like this all the time, so make sure to leave a subscribe down below and like this video so I can keep making more just like it. With that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching and helping me hit 1,000 subscribers. Truly means the world. So with that all being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.